Hey guys, and welcome to episode 9 of the Atletico Madrid career mode. In the start of this episode, we are currently second in the league. Ronaldo is the top goal scorer. So Santa Cruz from Man City, the former guy, Roque Santa Cruz. He's the second highest goal scorer in the BBVA. So that's a little bit weird, of course. So we did get a few manager offers for international jobs. So the problem is, the time that we are doing this career mode, there's no major tournament like a Euros or a World Cup, of course. So maybe in the future when we start the Derby career mode back up, I'll look into international jobs, but while there's no major tournaments going on, there's no real point in really taking the job. So we're going to head into our first game against Rayo Vallecano, and we head into the 90th minute of the match here, and we win the ball with Godin here on the halfway line, eventually passes it forward to Griezmann, passes it to Mandzukic. Mandzukic works his way into the box and eventually hits it across the keeper and makes it 1-0 in the dying moments of the game to give us all 3 points. Very lucky, to be fair. Vallecano did very well in that game, and yeah, we got the 3 points because we were resting quite a few players for our next game against Manchester City, the second leg, of course. In the previous episode, we did win 3-0 on aggregate, so yeah, we're very confident in this game, but at the Etihad, anything can happen in football, so we're going to obviously have to play a very strong side if we are going to go through to the next round. So we head into the 16th minute of the match here, and Carlos Vela picks up the ball on the halfway line. I think Vela and Cavani with like the signings, and they got rid of Torre and Aguero. So probably not the best of replacements, but still very good players. And yeah, David Silva does make it 1-0 there with a nice goal across. Howard maybe could have done a bit better, but we head into the 56th minute of the match here, and again Manchester City with a nice bit of passing play. Get it through to Cavani. Cavani eventually works himself into the box. 30 minutes left of the game. Can they get an equaliser? No, they can't. So we got kind of lucky, 2-0 in that game, of course, 3-2 on aggregate, meaning we play, I think it's Napoli in the next round. So looking at the squad report, we've got a few 2s and 1s, but generally not a lot has moved. We've hoping Depay moves up a bit, maybe to like an 80 by the end of this career mode. That'd be quite nice. So we're going to head into our next game against Espanyol, another team that's similar to Rayo Vallecano in quality, so we're going to have to play a bit of a better side if we are going to get a convincing win against them. So just changing up the team for the next game, just resting players, of course, from that Champions League game, and yeah, giving some other players chances. So we head into the game here in the 7th minute of the match here. Boney does get tackled, but we win the ball back with Oxlade-Chamberlain. Koke picks up the ball from the centre mid position, who is really good in that position because he just puts the ball through for the Ox, goes around the keeper and makes it 1-0 in the game. A nice early goal for us in the game, and it just shows how good Koke is in the centre mid position. It is a real shame that his ultimate team card is left mid. So we head into the 73rd minute of the match here. Mandzukic with a nice heel to heel. I think we brought him off the bench or something. And Shaqiri running down the left hand side eventually gets into a dangerous area, cuts inside, eventually gets into the box, and Mandzukic at the near post heads it in to make it 2-0. A nice goal for the big man, and that is how the game does end. A 2-0 victory, getting the 3 points, but I think we are, it may be like 11 points off the top, and of course we did lose against Real Madrid in the last episode, so I don't know how we're going to get the title, but we're going to have to try as hard as we can. So we're going to head into our next game against Valencia, one of the biggest games in this calendar. We've got like Bilbao, Barca, Madrid, Sevilla, and Valencia are definitely one of them up there. So obviously we're going to have to play a very strong side for the next game, and yeah, a few players like Oxlade-Chamberlain have been doing really well recently. So we head to the 45th minute of the match here, just before the half-time whistle. Mario Suarez bringing the ball forwards, eventually passes it to Mandzukic, puts out wide to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oxlade-Chamberlain with a beautiful chip through ball for Shaqiri to run onto and get it into the back of the net. A really nice, well-built goal, and it just shows how good our wingers are. Like, we've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, we've got Griezmann. I'd say Griezmann's probably the best just because of the rating, and just really good. And yeah, but we've still got some very good players out wide. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Shaqiri, Depay, and like Gertz if we need. Gertz is perfectly fine at that right forward position, but I kind of do prefer him at the centre mid spot, but defensively he's not the best. So we're going to head into our next game, and it is against Napoli. It is in the Champions League, of course, in the quarter-finals, so we're going to have to play a very strong side. Of course, we are away from home, so as long as we don't lose this, I'm pretty confident that we can go through to the semis, and we do win a penalty in the first minute of the game, taken down by Real Albion. Griezmann is, and eventually we do step up to the spot. I was just looking if we had any better penalty takers, and we didn't, and Yaya Torre steps up and puts it into the top left-hand corner. A nice early lead in the 4th minute of the match for us, of course, and yeah, Yaya Torre's been a really good signing for 30 million. He's got goals, he's defended very nicely, and just done a great job for the team. So we enter the 41st minute of the match here, and apparently that's a penalty. I'm not 100% sure that is a penalty, but He chips it down the middle. What a cheeky bugger, and makes it 1-1 just before half-time. Kind of annoying when you do concede a goal just before half-time. Of course, it does kind of mess up the game for us, but we head into the... actually, it's not even the second half yet. We're still in the first half. We get the goal just before half-time. Shaqiri, it must have been straight from kick-off pretty much, because we do make it 2-1 there with a nice goal from Shaqiri. Another great goal from our wingers, of course. Boney and Mandzukic, very good players at holding up the ball and even creating chances. Like, look at this nice ball, eventually gets it through to Griezmann, I believe, and Griezmann does put it into the back of the net to make it 3-1 in the game. A nice lead for us again, especially against a really good team like Napoli. Defensively, they're not the best, but they have got some very good attacking players, and we head into the 75th minute of the match here. Inler passing the ball to Gollum, and Gollum getting the ball into the box. I don't think his name is Gollum, but it looks like that nevertheless. And we do kind of concede that goal from Hamsik. It was kind of well built up. Like Jorginho or something, the CDM guy, chips it through, and Hamsik with a very nice volley makes it 3-2. So it's a good result. At least we didn't lose, and I'm pretty confident at home we can keep that lead and maybe build on it. So we're going to head into our next game in the BBVA against, is that Granada? I'm not too sure who we are actually playing in this next game. So I think we played a bit of a weaker side, just resting up some of our bigger players, of course, just playing in the Champions League. You're going to have to give him a bit of a rest and keep him fresh. So it is actually Cordoba. So we head into the game, and in the 11th minute of the match here, we do win the ball out wide with Griezmann, I believe it is. Yes, it is. And yeah, we just put the ball out wide to Mario Suarez. Mario Suarez gets into a dangerous area, finesses it around the near post, and makes it 1-0 in the game. He's been a really good player, actually. He's only 81 rated, but his defensive stats and positioning is just absolutely fantastic on this game, and one of the best centre mids I've used on career mode, and maybe even Ultimate Team is actually quite a good card as well. So we head into the 16th minute of the match here. Shaqiri on the left hand side eventually gets himself into the box with a nice bit of skill, finesses it at the near post, and makes it 2-0. A nice early lead. First 20 minutes of this game, we just absolutely killed it, and that is how it does end. So 2-0 in the lead, and getting them 3 points. So second leg in the Champions League against Napoli. Of course, we've got that 3-2 lead. Can we keep it at home? If we do, we go through to the semi-finals. I believe it is Juventus, Bayern and Real Madrid. They're the three teams that we could potentially play, and out of the three I'd probably prefer Juventus. So we head to the 33rd minute of the match here, and we do make it 4-2 on aggregate. A nice header. I think it was from Gabi, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's Mandzukic. He's a lot better at heading, of course. It is Gabi, yeah. So yeah, nice early goal for us in the 33rd minute, but Napoli did actually build some nice attacks. But in the 40th minute of the match here, we do kind of counter their attack if playing like there was nothing on that left hand side of their defence, and Oxlade-Chamberlain runs through with his pace, gets the goal, makes it 2-0 on the game, of course, and 5-2 on aggregate. But the game wasn't quite over yet. Just before half time here, Gargano does pass the ball inside to Inler. Inler gets the ball out wide to Mertens. Mertens actually is a really good player on this game, and Hamsik does make it 2-1. Hamsik seems to be a really good player on career mode, getting quite a few goals for Napoli, but it was too little too late, and it does end 5-3 on aggregate. So it is PSG, sorry, not Real Madrid, who I did say before. So we've got Juventus in the semi-final. What a good option that is out of PSG, Bayern and Juventus. I definitely would want them. So we're going to head into our next game, just showing off some of the top goal scorers and stuff like that. If you want to pause it on anything, if you are bothered, that would be nice. And yeah, Yaya Toure is the actual second highest goal scorer in the Champions League, which is quite nice. So heading into our next game against Malaga, a team that they're kind of a big team, but at the same time they did lose some key players in the summer, of course. They did bring in Ochoa, but he's not actually played a single game, and since having that amazing World Cup, I'm really surprised at that. So obviously just changing the side for the next game, as we did just play that Champions League game, resting the players up and giving a chance for other players to really have a go at this game. So eventually we get into the game against Malaga, and unfortunately nothing happens. It was a boring game. It ends 0-0. We get the point, which is nice, but it's like dropping 2 points again, and the gap between us and Real Madrid is just getting even bigger, and I think it's about 13 points now, so I don't know how we're going to get the title. It's going to be a tough one, of course. So we're going to end this episode with the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona, who did actually play Atletico yesterday. It actually was 4-2 on that game, so I think it was 4-2 anyway, yeah, maybe 3-2, but yeah, nevertheless, we're going to head into the game, and hopefully we can get our first trophy of the year. That would be absolutely fantastic, of course. After beating Real Madrid 5-2 on aggregate, I really hope we can win this game, because Barcelona, they're not the best defensively, so I think we can do quite well. There's that lovely trophy. The trophies on this game just look really weird in reflection, just looks horrible. So yeah, just walking the teams out for this game, we went for a really strong side. We got Gabby, Koke, Griezmann and Boney up front. And that like crest in the stadium actually looks really cool. It's a nice little thing they've added to the game. There is a few things they could probably fix that would be a lot better, but of course Luis Suarez is going to be one of the players that is going to try and score against us, as well as Lionel Messi. I think they signed like some Ola John guy, if you know who I mean. He's like a 75 rated Dutch left winger. I'm not too sure why they signed him, but nevertheless, we head to the 5th minute of the match here, and yeah, Rafinha makes it 1-0. Maybe Tim Howard could have done it a bit better, but it was a well-placed shot to be fair. So we head to the 17th minute of the match here, Boney getting taken down, and we win another penalty in this series. It is crazy on career mode how many penalties you get. To be fair, on Ultimate Team it's quite a common thing as well. There's at least one a game. So we head to the 19th minute, of course, and Yaya Toure puts it into the back of the net against his former club. I kind of did do a bit of a over-the-top celebration. I reckon he wouldn't really celebrate against Barca, but nevertheless, we head into the extra time. Shaqiri on the attack with a nice chip through ball through to Boney. Boney gets around the players, a panic. I think I actually had a text or something, but we resume the game and go through straight on goal. Can Boney get the goal against Barcelona in the extra time? Of course he can with his fantastic finish. It was actually on his weaker foot. I kind of set it up for his right foot, but nevertheless, we get the 2-1 lead, and with like the last, I don't know, 15 minutes of the game, I think it's 5 minutes, yeah, we get the win. So that's fantastic. We win the Copa del Rey. That's a good first trophy on the board. We still can win another 2, maybe 3 if you count the league, I think. So yes, there's still a lot of options left in this series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Of course, winning the Copa del Rey, that's very nice for us, lifting that trophy, Yaya Toure, and it just shows how good our team is. We beat Real Madrid, we beat Barca, but over a season, we did get some rocky results, like against that Malaga result, we 0-0, we should have got the win, and yeah, we need to make a lot more wins if we are going to get the title, of course. So if you did enjoy this episode, it'd be fantastic if you could smash the like button, subscribe if you're on your channel, and see you soon. Bye.